Let's see.
Okay, I will say that I have kind of like an Inception like relationship with lucid dreaming. I before I even knew it was lucid dreaming, I had the ability when I was young, especially when I was younger. Now it doesn't happen as often. But because I have had nightmares almost my entire, say, post adolescent life, right? Post is after puberty, right?
Yes.
Post
Pre would be before. You got this.
So I got this. So post adolescent life, I have had the most horrible of nightmares. And one of the things that I would do in my dream, in my nightmares, I'll say, is how I would test to see whether or not I was actually in a dream and in a nightmare was I would look for the closest door. Now it could be a door that I had just like naturally walked through or ran through in my nightmare or dream, because usually somebody was chasing me. Was I would stop and I'd turn around and go back to the door. I'd open it and then try to close it again. Now, if I purposely turned around, tried to open and close the door would open like normal, and then when I closed it, it would swing free the other way. And that was my clue to myself that, okay, this is a dream. Or if I, like, in my dream, tried to lock the door, like one of those bathroom locks, you know, the one that you just need like a tiny screwdriver to open. If I did that and somebody was still able to come through the door, then I knew if I could calm myself down enough that I was in a dream, and I could start changing the dream that way, or I could wake myself up. I didn't realize until like my mid-20s that was lucid freaking dreaming. And so yeah, sometimes I could go a little bit deeper. Like I'd tell myself, okay, obviously this is a dream. Let's go do something else then, and I would be able to do that. I couldn't necessarily control where I went, but I could tell myself, let's think of something else. Let's go do something else, and I would get myself out of whatever traumatic situation I was dreaming about.
One time when I was dreaming and I was crossing a bridge in like a forest, but on the other side there was like a mountain, and we were crossing the bridge over like the canyon, I guess, to get to the other forested mountain. But there was a train coming, and every single time in my dream the train would come and we wouldn't make it. We'd either get hit or we'd fall off to jump into the water. And I kept telling myself, no, I know this is a dream. I'm going to try to control it and try to get to the other side fast enough, because we were just walking in my dream, and I was like, no, we need to run. So I finally was able to like really like figure out like this is a dream and get myself to run faster than I was trying. After like jumping off the bridge and resetting a couple times, I finally made it to the other side. And that was like one of my first recollections of lucid dreaming before knowing what that was. So,
Cliff, do you lucid dream?
So this is a subject that I don't have a whole lot on. I can't remember the last time I lucid dreamed, and even my regular dreams, I don't keep a dream journal. I have a hard time remembering my dreams. And because of my current mental health issues, I'm not sure if I want to lucid dream.
fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, so it's. I know we were just talking about this. There are apparently some medical opinions about lucid dreaming, and from what I was just looking through, yes, it can help you like get through some emotionals and some trauma if it's done correctly, but it can also I don't want to say harm or hinder, but it can have adverse effects for those who are dealing with mental health issues. Now, like we discussed in our last podcast, everybody dreams. You may not remember your dreams, but everybody dreams, right? Because that's how your brain manages long-term memories, and you just may not remember them. but you do enter REM sleep. And if you don't enter REM sleep, then you've got some bigger problems and you might want to see your doctor.
Speaking of REM, that's what on sleepfoundation.org they say that most lucid dreaming occurs during REM sleep. I didn't know that. So.
Yeah, a lot of your dreams happen during REM sleep.
Because I think you can have some like outside of it, but I don't think it's like really recorded as real people having really dreams.
Yeah, you can dream outside of REM. It's when you hit REM that you have the more vivid, more remembered dreams. In lucid dreaming, it does happen during REM because you have to be in that deep sleep state for it to occur.
That makes sense.
Things that I am really interested in is, especially for those who are watching. Hi guys, I know you're there. I can see that you're there. I'm really interested in how that affects craft, because there are some paths and some crafts that sleep is an integral part of that. Like the indigenous tribes of the Americas, there's dream interpretation, there's spirit walks. I don't actually know how that works, to be perfectly honest, because I'm not a person in an indigenous practice. But I am curious for those who are watching to what do you use lucid dreaming for? Do you use it for your craft or your path? And what can we learn from those who use it as a method of coping? Because I think one of the things that we miss in our day-to-day is that people have a path or a craft to cope with something. We are all dealing with something, and that's why we want to believe in something greater than ourselves. So I'll start with you. Have you ever thought about using lucid dreaming as part of your craft? Do you know anybody who does?
I don't necessarily know anyone. I don't know. Let's put it this way. I don't know if any of the people I know utilize lucid dreaming, because I don't talk to them about it. This is like the first time I really talked to about it. But for me personally, I've tried, since I'm figuring out what it is, I've tried myself to like lucid dream, but I have not been that successful. Usually if I do wake up in a dream, though, I forget what my intentions even were gonna be when I did wake up, and usually it's like, oh, I'm dreaming, let's do whatever I was already doing, but better. My ADHD is just like, you don't remember what you were doing, what you wanted to do. That's what it is. So I haven't yet, but I've been trying to keep a dream journal. And currently, if you open the dream journal, there's nothing in it. Next to my bed. But I keep forgetting to write anything in it every time I wake up. And I even was going to write in it when I woke up and had my panic attacks. I was like, just write in your journal. You have your panic attack. I might calm you down, Kayla. Because texting people does. So I keep forgetting then.
Calm down from your...
Yeah, from 3 of them. Because twice I was home alone. And I was like, I gotta call someone. No one's answering. So I went to text people. And as I was texting them what was happening to me, I was calming down. And so I was like, okay. So texting got me out of it. But I keep forgetting to write anything down for any of my dreams. And I always have some pretty vivid dreams. And sometimes I have some pretty wild dreams. My mom's always telling me, why do you have all these crazy dreams? I just have like normal dreams. I'm like, what's that even mean? But because I guess I have some wild dreams compared to her. She's just living a boring dream life, right? I'm reaching new heights.
Now, Cliff, you said that you don't remember you don't remember when you lucid dream, but if you were trained to like to activate that ability, would you use it for your craft? That's a weird question. I'm sorry.
I'm not entirely sure. And it's not that I don't remember lucid dreaming, it's that I don't remember most of my dreams, period, lucid or not. But I also chalk it up that I'm a very bad sleeper. I'm a very light sleeper. And when I hit REM, it's generally only for about an hour or so a night.
Oh, wow.
That, at least that's what my sleep tracker has told me. Would I use it in what I do? I honestly couldn't tell you. I'm not sure if there's any real application with what I do for it. I would have to actually look that up, to be honest.
I'm gonna check in with our chat. Nobody's chatting with us.
Tara said hi in the YouTube chat.
I saw that. Tara.
So I saw that I was looking up how lucid dreams are studied. And they do one of the ways they do is reality testing, and the participants will perform tests during like the day to tell like the difference between, I'm sorry, I'm like waving that in the camera, telling the difference between sleep and like being awake. There's also the one that we talked about where, you know, you wake up in the dream. And then there was the one that people try to go into that state from being awake already. And some people will wake up in the middle of the night and then go back to sleep and try to go into it. There's a couple of different ways that they were watching people do it and trying to like test how they would lucid dream. So that was different ways. And then external lights. They were using lights and flashing lights while the subject was asleep. Sorry, I should add that in.
I use lucid dreaming to get out of false awakening. Depending on how deeply nested my false awakening is, I can wake up several times before actually waking, so conscious recognition helps. Okay, and what kind of triggers do you use to realize that you're asleep? Because I'm really interested in that. Like, everybody has that thing. If they practice lucid dreaming, or you know, have done it enough, everybody has that tell. Like I said, it's kind of like that Inception thing. Like, either you got a top that you spin, like I said, with mine in the doors and locks. Never windows. There's never windows in my dreams, but there are always doors, and they always seem to be like really hard for me to open it initially, and then really like they'll be like solid wood doors when I try to go through them. But then when I close them, they're like that plywood covered cardboard type doors that are used like in bedrooms. And they just like swing freely. And I'm like, damn it, now I know I'm dreaming.
Never slam on my brakes in my car if I'm driving.
Yeah.
I'll brake, but every single time I'm driving a car in my dream, I'm always like, I'm gonna hit this car. I'm gonna hit this car. My brakes aren't going hard enough. They're like, it's like right before I get to the car, it's like, and then the car stops. But I'm always like, just like pressing in my car every time I'm dreaming. That, and then people's faces. Like, if I focus on someone's face, if I try to like focus on someone, that's how I know, because I can never really distinguish what the fuck they look like. If I really focus on fine details. That's just like a fine detail thing. I think that could be a real thing, or it's a placebo effect that I got from Inception, because, you know, the fine detail of the goddamn carpet, when he had his face to the carpet, he was like, that's not my carpet. And I was like, oh. And that stuck with me, so I feel like that's how I do things. I look at details, especially if it's something I know. Like, if it's supposed to be my car, I'm like, this isn't my car. My car's silver. This is a black car. That will tell me too. Just like the details.
I usually know if the setting turns into the house that I lived in during high school, then I know I'm dreaming as well. Because usually, like, my siblings are like children when in my dreams. They could be doing adult things, but they're always children in my dreams. So, like, my youngest brother, who was born in '94, like 27 now, right? My math, I'm terrible at maths.
Yes, because I'm 28. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's 27 now. If I dream about him, he's still like 3 or 4, little blonde kid. And if you look at my brother now, he's like this hulking guy with like a full beard and like brown, really long brown hair. And in my dreams, he's always 3 or 4 and blonde. And my other siblings are, but they were never children in that house. So if I find myself in that house, I'm like, okay, I'm dreaming. If anytime I see them as children, I immediately know I'm dreaming. With the exception of when the Morgan reached out, that one I did not realize I was dreaming until like well into that dream. It was a terrifying dream. We'll talk about that when we get to Pantheon. So yeah, I like that Tara says that she uses visual cues and looks for mirrors. What do you mean by look for mirrors? Do you look for yourself in a mirror, or you just look for a mirror, period?
Like, I wonder, can you not see the reflection in the dream? That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, that's a really
Interesting.
I
want to know now. I should have that open on my iPad, actually. I was looking up
I would
information on it.
imagine she's looking for her reflection to see if she has control over her actions in the reflection.
Well, my reflection.
I mean, that's just a guess. I've never actually discussed it in detail with my wife, but
I'm also interested in what this false awakening is, because I've never heard that term. I should probably look it up while we're talking about this. I mean,
that's a trip.
Yeah, I'm wondering what that is too.
Because that's what Tara does experience a lot, and it's...
Is it kind of like night terrors?
No, it's like sleepwalking, but you're not sleepwalking. You're still in bed.
Oh.
I've had full-on conversations with Tara during a false awakening, and she's responded logically, yet she is still in deep sleep, because when she comes out of that false awakening and actually does awake, she has no recollection of anything that we've talked about.
Crazy. That's so cool. I'm gonna have to look into that. Writing that down.
I've gotten away with so much stuff.
Probably
No.
terrifying.
Now she knows.
We talked about it.
I know, like, okay, so this last weekend I had an instance. I do not remember it, but apparently I kept waking my husband up, telling him I was going to be late for work. Now, I remember dreaming about being late for work, but apparently I woke him up repeatedly telling him that I was going to be late for work. And he told me, like, the day after, I was like, yeah, I had the weirdest dreams. And then I thought I was gonna, be late for work, but then, I realized that that's not possible because it's Saturday. He's like, oh, no, you woke up. You kept telling me you were going to be late for work. I kept telling you, no, it's Saturday. I was like, oh, okay. So I guess, that was real. But then again, I've like woken him up crying, and I think I've hit him a couple of times.
Abuse, spousal abuse, calling 911 right now.
I was asleep.
Spousal abuse.
And in my dream, I was actually hitting someone else. I was defending myself.
Real quick, spousal abuse is no joke, but
no,
joke.
We are not joking about spousal abuse. I do not abuse my husband. Thank you very much, Kayla. Putting that out in the he's probably listening to us right now,
Good.
laughing, going, "Yep, she abuses me."
Yep, I know, man. Don't worry, Brett. I got you.
So that kind of stuff is usually linked to like a past trauma. I know with my dad he did 2 tours in Vietnam, and when he would sleep, he would wake up sometimes thinking he was still in Vietnam. He tried to choke my mom in her sleep once because he thought he was still in Vietnam.
My goodness.
So I know when it comes to trauma and lucid dreaming, it can be bad. It could be bad for yourself. It could be bad for anybody who's sleeping next to you.
Yeah, I honestly, I know, like that's when I use my techniques for lucid dreaming, is when I'm going through revisiting. I'll call it that, revisiting trauma. Because I mean, even though it happened almost 20 years ago now, almost 20 years. It'll be about 20 years in a couple of months. Even though it happened almost 20 years ago now, it's still something that I have to deal with every day. Like, there are things that just trigger me, and I have to like sit and just take a moment, and I use lucid dreaming to get myself out of that issue, that situation. And what's funny is the nights that I have the lucid dreams, and I get myself out of that sphere, we'll say it that way, are the days that I don't have any problems. I'm just going about my regular life, and I don't think about it, and I'm not having any issues, no triggers have happened. I will have a very vivid dream, and I'll have to escape. And I don't know if that's like because my brain forgot that we're processing something, so we're gonna, make it as terrifying as absolutely possible, in a state where you can't really think about anything other than processing it.
I do know that I have reoccurring dreams that are 100% linked to past trauma. And it's the dumbest trauma, to be honest. I mean, trauma isn't dumb. I mean, trauma is trauma. It's horrible. But all right, so I was 10 years old when I first saw the movie Aliens. I saw it I was sitting in my uncle's room. He just had gotten a brand new Laserdisc player. Kayla, if you don't know what Laserdisc is, it's a big
I know what that
CD.
Is. Hell big.
It's predating DVD and Blu-ray. Okay.
Oh yeah.
And with his surround sound system, it terrified me so bad. And I love the Aliens franchise to this day. It's my favorite space horror. But it terrified me so bad that I have recurring dreams with xenomorphs in it at least once a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a thing.
I have actually the most reoccurring dream. I used to have a lot of them, but now the most reoccurring dream I have is I'm at Disneyland, but it doesn't really look a lot like Disneyland. It kind of does. And then the apocalypse happens or something. That's my most reoccurring dream, is we're all having a good time at Disneyland. I'm riding rides, getting a lot of things, and shit hits the fan like halfway through. In all sorts of different ways too. It's never like the same way the shit hits the fan, but that's the I have that one at least maybe once or twice a week. Like, that one's pretty consistent. I had it a couple of nights ago, so it's always very similar.
What better way to experience the worst day of Earth than to be in the happiest place on Earth?
Oh shit, yeah.
I never thought about it that way.
I better spend every waking moment in Disneyland.
You do like Disneyland quite a bit.
Unless that apocalypse unless that apocalypse is that you are stuck on Small World over and over and over and over again.
I would honestly. Suicide's no joke, but I would kill myself. Because that's not a joke. I could not live. Just the smell alone in that place is just. I go on it just for my friend because I love her.
Once, so I mean, I can't. I don't know what smell you're talking about.
It's the bad water. Disney water.
Bad water and burning animatronics.
Yeah.
My wife has some more comments in the YouTube stream, by the way. I don't know if you're looking at that.
Oh, okay. Let's see. You're in a dream state. Sometimes you dream, you woke up and start getting ready, and then it restarts and you actually wake up. I can loop several times. Other times it's cycling through a nightmare. Basically, if you dream that you wake up but are actually still dreaming, it's a false awakening.
Oh, that's scary as shit.
Man, why do brains have to be like the ultimate horror factories?
Isn't it great? I mean,
because I think I've actually done that then. Like,
so like Inception, a dream within a dream.
Well, that's funny enough. When I first searched lucid dreaming, on the side of the Google search, let me see if I can pull it back. On the side of the Google search was Inception. Let's see. Hold on. Lucid dreams. We've got, there's lucid dream books. There's lucid movies about lucid dreaming, which I have seen at least 2 of these. Waking Life, which if you haven't seen it yet, that is a very good movie. It's
Waking Life?
Yes. It's like it's a movie that has like several vignettes in it, and they're all done differently by different people. It's got an amazing cast. It's an awesome, trippy movie. Do not watch it on acid. Or maybe watch it on acid. Watch it first sober and then watch it on acid, okay? Kids aren't
I don't have any
supposed to be
acid,
watching so then the third one is Inception, Vanilla Sky, and one of my all-time favorites. Oh, there's a couple of them. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. That is one of my favorites. It is a good movie. Oh my gosh, is that a good movie? They have Nightmare on Elm Street as lucid dreaming. What Dreams May Come. That is one of the best.
That's the one I was just thinking of.
I love that. I've never
seen
movie. It is so good.
I'm ready.
It's one of Robin Williams' best movies, in my opinion.
It is a fantastic one. The Cell. Have either one of you seen that one?
Nope.
Yes. Jennifer Lopez. It was highly underrated.
J-Lo,
very good
Jennifer
movie. Awesome movie. In fact, they use lucid dreaming as a therapy technique for those dealing with trauma in that movie. Watch it. Minority Report. I don't know if I would say that's lucid dreaming.
Well,
Minority Report. That's like
Minority Report deals a little bit in it.
They did like premonitions, didn't they?
Yeah, and it'd be like using lucid dreaming for divination, which is a thing.
Yeah.
So
which we'll talk about that next. Then they've got Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus.
I loved that movie. That was Heath Ledger's last movie.
It was. They've got Donnie Darko in this list. And
I haven't actually
another
seen
one
that.
of my favorites. Another one of my favorites, Mirror Mask. Okay, so Mirror Mask is a British film. It's a Jim Henson production. I think it's also a Disney production. I'm not sure. Trippy movie.
It was
Although
good.
one of the best renditions of what is that song? It's a Carpenter song. I love it. It's creepy as hell. Favorite version.
Carpenter song?
Yeah, it's a Carpenter song. Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you. That's it. Creepy version. absolutely wonderful movie. I love that song. I used it during a haunted house because of how creepy it was. It was awesome. So
Your sound and your image is weird, courtesy of
I know.
Tara. Okay.
Fixing it now.
yelling
She's
at him
nicer
from the
than me.
house.
I noticed. I just was too mean to sing.
There we go.
Damn. There you go. Welcome back.
So
Your little
when
pixel.
you are
my end.
using your lucid dreaming with the craft, however, it is commonly known as astral projection.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Astral projection, though, like what I'm finding online, I wouldn't say that it's the same thing, because you can do astral projection through meditation as well.
I think that's what I was blending, was both of them for that technique of going into it from a awakening position.
Right. And astral projection is the state of leaving your body. You're not leaving your body when lucid dreaming. So astral projection is your consciousness leaving your body.
Maybe that's why I can't achieve either one, is because I'm trying to combine both.
Yeah, I guess the best way to describe it would be when the Ancient One in the Doctor Strange movies pushes people out of their bodies.
Yeah. She makes that sound too.
And that's like a forced astral projection, but Doctor Strange learns how to do it, and so does Wanda, Scarlet Witch.
Oh, is that in the show? Does she do it?
The very last episode.
WandaVision?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, and I need to watch it.
But I refuse.
Why?
Like, that's another topic for another time.
That's true. You'll tell me why.
Oh, it's so good.
I have to watch it.
And talking about trauma, it deals with trauma.
I heard that
it's all about
very well. It deals with it very well.
Because it's all about Wanda's trauma. Just not from Vision dying, but from everything in her life.
Everything.
I mean.
Oh yeah, because like, her brother's gone, her parents are gone.
So, anyways.
Yeah, her robot hubby's gone.
I would cry over Paul Bettany too.
Shit, me too.
Hi, Brett.
Any day.
I love you,
Brett. Sorry, I mean.
I would cry over Paul Bettany in A Knight's Tale, because that's when I think he was at his best. But
I love that.
To trudge, to go through and slog and.
Yeah, no, I take everything back. He's my favorite in that now.
That movie was just great.
Good.
And I don't understand why some Skadians hate it.
It's called The Lodge.
I love the rock
Hello.
soundtrack. Hello, sorry.
The reason that they did now we're getting into other topics, but the reason that they went with the rock soundtrack is just like they did it in Moulin Rouge. They wanted to give the feeling of, something that we could all relate to contemporary audiences. Like,
it was a good movie
too. It was a complete anachronism. I mean,
it was.
Yeah.
I loved it.
And
we watched it in history class.
And that's why I don't understand why some Skadians hate it, because it is literally the world of the SCA.
It really is. It really is.
There's a bunch of haters.
There is. It's actually surprisingly there's quite a few.
Why?
And it comes up every time around Heath Ledger's death, is that people start talking about A Knight's Tale, and we have a group that are just like, that's not the SCA. It's not accurate, or da-da-da-da-da. I was like, that was the whole point of the movie.
Nondescript bed sheet pea tunic. It is the SCA. Okay. It is. I am mad. Like, everybody walks around for at least the first 10 years in a nondescript, maybe made from old bedsheet tea tunic in the SCA. And
I'm wearing a garb shirt right now.
I noticed that. I wasn't trying to call you out or anything. And then for like a couple of years, you get your shit together, and then you get too old, you're like, fuck it, I'm not even staying the night. I'm sleeping in the hotel up the road. I'm gonna wear whatever the fuck I want. And you go back to the bed sheet tea tuning. So I mean, it's all cyclical. Just embrace it that they did it better, okay? They have actual
I wear this shirt.
Real horses.
Yeah, I wear this shirt all over the place. It's a linen shirt. It's hella comfortable. It's very cool on these hot days. So
It's hot. He's
sleep
hot
in my
one.
chemises because it's like cheesecloth, but it's airy.
yeah,
I mean, you
dude,
know
it's
what's a lot
comfortable.
more airier though than your chemise?
Well,
Butt
yes,
ass.
that would be, but when you got some chubba wubbin like me, and there's like sweat, like,
You let that chubba whooping go.
it gets sticky. Oh, look, my husband's home.
You get a blanket that
husband.
wicks it away.
Tara calls this
He
my
doesn't-
cultist shirt.
I saw that.
Love
Why does it have Cthulhu arms all over it?
No, it's when I have this shirt on with like my my men's yoga pants, my bohemian pants that I like to wear. And you know, my hair is all
Alright.
long and I've got a big fuzzy beard and you know, I'm feeling pretty. Might start a cult later.
I
Feeling
did see
cute. Might
that
start a cult
post.
later.
Felt cute.
I liked that post a lot. It made me laugh. Speaking of Cthulhu, though, isn't that? I know it's not really a Path or Craft thing. It is Lovecraftian, who is a racist, but
Don't know.
isn't Lucid Dreaming in the whole
Yes.
Cthulhu
It
sphere?
is. So
Isn't that,
you
like,
have
how you
there's
get into
actually
trouble?
there's a realm in the mythos that you can only get to via lucid dreaming. It's called the Dreamland. And that's where the real terrors are.
Dun, dun, dun.
Lovecraft deals a lot with sleeping. You know, the Cthulhu is always sleeping. You know, if Cthulhu awakes, it's to herald the awakening of Azathoth. Which, if Azathoth awakens, we're all boned. So,
Wakey, wakey.
Teasing me with dinner, giving me mean mug looks.
Soon you may eat.
I know. So I had another. A shameful pitch in our shameful self
Shame.
advertising show. We talked about it briefly last week for sleep. Mystery's Mystical Cupboard actually has a potion available for those who are trying to heal and want to get a restful sleep and such like that. We actually have something in our shop. It's called Witch's Wash, and we do have a health promoting and a basically psychic protection potion in there for your laundry. I recommend it. Putting it in with your bed sheets. It does have lavender in it. It does have loose herbs in it. So it does come with directions, but take a look on our shop. It is there, I promise. It is actually one of our favorite scents, which it doesn't really make your clothes smell like it does in the tin, but it is not meant to. It is meant to serve a purpose. But it is one of our favorites. When
Love it.
Kayla formulated it, we just sat there like huffing over the soap. Like,
Huffing
It's
soap,
so
guys.
it smells wonderful.
Just
Do we have
saying.
to sell this? So it is there. It is called Psychic Protect. It is meant to help you stave off nightmares. My husband's giving me one of those looks because he's all science. Our kitchen is it's a witch's
Is he?
kitchen until he goes in, and then it's a science laboratory.
And then it's the chemist area. What'd they call that?
A lab.
Chemistry lab? Yeah, I'm fucking
Yeah.
stupid.
You're not stupid.
I'm a stupid.
All right, so that was lucid dreaming. I do want to look into astral projection, but I mean, I see what you're saying. if astral projection isn't necessarily dealing with dreams, it's pushing your subconscious out, or is it your subconscious or just your
It's your consciousness. You're pushing your consciousness out of your body to go and explore.
Okay. I know there's other names for it too. Can't think of them because my brain stopped working. Let's see. So, okay, I wanted to read some of the benefits for those who are just tuning in. Some of the benefits of lucid dreaming, as well as some of the dangers. They cite that less anxiety. It helps give you a sense of control during a lucid dream. You can, I guess, develop better motor skills, improved problem solving, and more creativity. However, because you're lucid dreaming, you're not actually storing away those long-term memories, so your sleep quality goes way down. You can deal with confusion, delirium, and hallucinations, and to think of like when I have a lucid dreaming, I mean, mine just I kind of wake myself up. I try very hard just to wake myself up and reset and go back to sleep. Doesn't always happen. Depends on the dream, I suppose. I'm not recommending any of these, but they say that some of the ways that you can train yourself to have lucid dreams is to do a dream diary, wake back to bed, which is you wake up after 5 hours of sleep, stay awake briefly, and then go back to bed to try and re-enter REM sleep. And then there's mnemonic induction of lucid dreams, otherwise known as MILE. You wake up after 5 hours, tell yourself several times the next time you dream, you'll remember your dream. Some masks and headbands have sounds or lights that bring on a lucid state, and other devices can record and play messages used in the MILE technique while you're sleeping. I mean, it depends. Like, some people, they just can't sleep, so I wouldn't recommend, if you're trying to induce yourself to lucid dreaming, consult your doctor first. Let's just put that out there. Go and see your doctor. Yes.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and as a precaution, I caution, if you have epilepsy, don't use the mask with the lights. I've done it.
Yeah.
It sucks. My buddy built one, and it flashed at the right frequency to trigger a seizure. So.
Ooh.
Well, don't do that.
No.
If you are suffering from like insomnia, A or B, definitely talk to your doctor. If you have sleep apnea, talk to your doctor. If you're having trouble sleeping, period,
just talk to your doctor.
Just talk to your doctor, specifically before you try to induce lucid dreaming, because you don't want to screw up the one period of your day that your body is trying to repair itself.
Right.
Studies show that our body does a lot of its repair cycle while you're sleeping, because why? You're not doing anything other than breathing, and the rapid eye movement, your organs are functioning better because you're not up and moving around, you're not like actively thinking, it's all subconscious. So you don't want to screw with that. Try and fix something else. Talk to your doctor first. My husband's just giving me looks. Why do you always give me looks during the show? He's gonna be a guest one of these times.
He better.
Caleb really wants you to be a guest.
Well, that'll be the time that we talk about alchemy.
Yeah. We need to come on and talk about alchemy. Let's put that in the plans for episodes.
Okay, I'm putting it in it right now.
Alchemy lessons. No, not
because I
lessons.
so need the formula for turning lead into gold. I tell you.
Me too.
I know, right? I am really interested in that myself. That's Brett's craft, though. Like he He's all chemistry with his craft. His is more logic, I suppose, than maybe mine. But opposites attract. I love you, husband. So yeah, talk to your doctor. Let's see. Now I'm looking into false awakening, meaning, causes, and when to worry. Is it the
That
same
just
as
sounds
sleep
scary.
paralysis?
Doesn't
Not
seem like it
quite the
is.
same. That has happened. Oh my gosh, is that terrifying? That's only
I
happened like
hate that.
2 times in my life. Once in the last 2 years, and then one other time that I remember, I was probably about 13. I remember waking up, crying and screaming, and not being able to get a sound out, and I couldn't get up. Couldn't leave my bed.
Scary.
I was in a bunk bed at the time too. So I was like
Ooh.
watching my I was in a shared room with my 3 other siblings, watching the door, screaming for my mom, and nobody heard me. And I was there for like half an hour before I calmed
that's
myself
so
down and went back to sleep.
sad.
I was terrified. I don't remember what I was terrified about, but it was fucked up. It was just fucked up. And then
Happened a few times, but shit. Usually I'm just there.
Do you
And I don't
remember what
scream.
triggers it for you?
No. Not really. I don't remember. I think I just wake up and I'm like, it's like my brain's waking up before my body is. That's all it feels like.
Don't remember what the dream was, but I remember the most recent time, I should say. I woke up. We were living in this apartment, and I was laying next to Brett, and I remember trying to grab him, and I couldn't move. Like I couldn't even move my head to look at him. I was like staring down at my feet, which is weird because I don't sleep on my back. I sleep on my stomach, but I was on my back and I was looking down at my feet and I couldn't move until I didn't try to cry out or anything like that. I just told myself to go back to sleep, and I woke up the next morning and it was fine. But it was weird.
Yeah, they are always really weird. Looking back on them, like, I don't know how to describe it, but the feelings are always really, really weird.
Like I wasn't scared that time. Like the first time I was terrified, but the second time I recognized that I was in a bout of sleep paralysis, and I just told myself, go back to sleep and you'll be fine.
It's pretty good.
How about, have you guys ever had those dreams where or those moments when you wake up, but you haven't opened your eyes, but you can see everything through your eyelids?
No, I don't think so.
Yep.
That sounds pretty interesting there.
I have woken up before and gone to move or something like that, and seen through my eyelids. And I remember opening up my eyelids and everything being exactly how it was the night before, closing them and still being able to see everything. Has anybody had that, or am I just a freak of nature? There's
One in the
4 viewers.
comments will
Of
say.
the 4 viewers, has anybody else experienced that?
No. So
I think it's just you.
You're weird.
You're freaking weird. I'm just kidding. No, I think it's just you.
So really quick, I apparently need to apologize. I've been making a bunch of disgusting noises, and I thought I was on mute.
Oh, you have been?
So
I
if you've been
listening.
If you've heard me burp, if you heard me making noises with my drink, if you heard me cough, it's because I had the Discord mic muted, but not the broadcast mic muted. So.
Oh. So we wouldn't have heard you, but
Correct.
they would have.
Yes.
Yeah.
So apparently my mic is picking up everything today because it's also picking up the car noises in the background and all that. But it's also because I have my garage door cracked to allow some airflow in here because it was really kind of stifling when I came in.
It was a hot day in California, in the Central Valley.
It was too hot.
95.
95. I melted.
Welcome to me.
Not excited. So for our next thing, I made a promote sleep, so I'll fill that out and we'll get some promote sleep stuff.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about sleep, and we talked about sleep last time too, might as well get some stuff made up for sleep.
We should get some of those potion charms done.
That's what I was thinking too. So I was gonna, utilize the book, find out, maybe some things to help promote good sleep, or and I can even combine looking into things that promote, or that help with anxiety. Maybe like we could do the promote health, maybe.
Like a good one. We only have about 10 minutes left in the show. I wanted to just let our couple of viewers know that we have discussed today some of the upcoming topics. We are always sourcing topics from you guys. So if you have something that you want to talk about, you can let us know because we're also looking for guests. Or you just drop us a line and tell us, hey, do you guys have an opinion on this? We probably do. Because the three of us, although we have a lot in common, also think about things very differently. Which ones do we want to tease? Of the ones that we talked about, Kayla, which ones do you want to tease? I'll give you, take one, tease one, and then I'll tease another one.
For the record, I have opinions on my opinions, so.
You would.
Okay, I'm gonna make it as cryptically vague as possible.
Okay. I'm listening.
You're walking through the woods one night. I can't even do it.
Are you doing Shia LaBeouf?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You gotta forage. It's gonna try to foraging, but what kind of foraging?
Shia LaBeouf. Creeping through the woods. Shia LaBeouf.
Oh yeah, and I was gonna try to sing it. So then it teased too.
Peek through the window.
Shia LaBeouf.
Oh my gosh. Shia LaBeouf, don't come after us. Actually, Shia LaBeouf, come and join us. We'd like to talk to you about some things. That would be awesome.
That would be wild.
So one of the ones that I'm really excited about, I'm actually excited about all of these topics. I am interested and excited to talk about the different facets of fanaticism and zealotry.
Oh yeah, I had to write that down.
It's not just one path's problem. It should be something that we're all worried about in all paths.
Fanaticism.
Fanaticism. It's such a good word.
Fanaticism. I'm just gonna put fin.
Just put fanaticism.
Fanaticism.
You can be a fanatic about anything. That's what's so fascinating about it. When does it become? When does it cross that line of passion to fanaticism, and then from fanaticism to zealotry?
When you move to another state to join a cult. I know from experience.
Yeah. Yes. That's a yes on that.
It happens.
So that's what I'm excited about. What about Cliff? What do you think about some of the topics we discussed before show? Which one are you excited? I know which one you're excited about.
Well, no. So the fanaticism one is cool, and I could talk at length on that, because I like talking about extremism, and fanaticism leads into extremism, and zealotry. But yeah, the other one would be the music one. I could talk at length about what kind of music I use to get me in the mood, magically and spiritually.
He said that today when we were in our production chat. I was like, he was like, music to get you in the mood, and I was like, what mood? What
You
The
know,
are you
mood.
some
talking
Barry
about?
White.
Because like, we could go into that some
A little bit of
some
Boys to
way.
That's something,
Men.
something.
Yeah.
It's that Marvin Gaye and Get It On song.
Some Tone
Let's
Loc.
get it on. Some Prince.
Oh, I like
Oh,
Prince.
Brett's throwing down Sex Magic, which I think is Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of my friends from my childhood, we used to be pretty young. Well, I think
you
we were
used
probably
to
like
be?
10. Sorry, when we were pretty young is what I meant to say. I was thinking of two sentences at the same time. When we were really young, like probably 10, we used to listen to Prince a lot, and we would belt out all his songs. No clue what any of them meant, and I'm pretty sure it was my mom who didn't. I like looked over as if she's here. She left. My mom didn't appreciate that my friend's mother was letting me listen to some raunchy, scandalous music, and I said, "Mom, it's Prince. Everyone listens to Prince." She was like, "No one in your generation listens to Prince." And I was like, "They listen to Michael Jackson. If I can listen to Michael Jackson, I can listen to Prince." That's what I told her, and she didn't appreciate that. But
I bet not.
I had
what was it? I forgot what my favorite one was, but yeah.
I had a similar experience when I got George Michael's Faith on cassette. My mom found it, and she was very disappointed in me. Very. I loved that album. I wore the hell out of that tape. But yeah, I mean, that whole album is all about sex.
Hell yeah. My mom got me AFI one year. It's I don't know if you know what AFI is, like a, how do you describe it? It's like a rock band, I guess. I don't know how you describe them.
I think it's like alternative emo music.
Yeah, basically.
Fire Inside is what AFI means for those
my soul
who don't know.
It's like not like
AFI.
great, like censored music. It definitely said a lot of cuss words. And my sister, like, we were on a road trip and she like leaned over and was like, "Let me listen." And I was like, "I don't want to share." And my mom had got me the disc, didn't even know what it was. I think I told her it was some Christian rock band, and not that. And my sister, my parents are not listening to me. My sister goes, "You better let me listen to that with you, or you better change it to something I like." Because something along the lines of that, I need to let her listen, but we got to change it. Otherwise, I'm telling Mom that she bought you devil music. And I was like, compared to the shit you listen to, okay.
Goodness.
So,
okay,
the devil music.
Yeah, my mom tried to use that on me once. I'm like, you listen to Sandy Patty and Wayne Watson, right? They had an affair together, and they're like two of the top Christian artists.
Yeah, there's some. My mom listened to some people who don't even make that, like, friendly music, I guess we'll say. Raunchy shit.
If you want to play at the church barbecue, Oh, speaking of raunchy
don't
songs,
ask me to DJ there.
I know I told somebody about this, but Kids Bop, of course, takes popular music and redoes it, right? They redid WAP.
My God, yeah, you told me that.
And Kids
That's
Bop.
awful.
Kids Bop WAP. Okay?
That's
and
awful.
WAP stands for Wings and Pizza in the Kids Bop version. I'm not even joking.
Oh, jeez. I used to get Kids Bop stuff for my kids, and then it really occurred to me, I'm like, this is censorship at its core. I'd rather my kids listen to the real song and the real artistry behind the real song rather than this cut up censored version that is supposedly clean.
Bad. So bad. No offense, Kids Bop, but all offense.
Yes.
You bad.
Well, that should be another topic. We should get into
censorship.
No, kids and family practices. Because
and censorship.
Yeah, we'll get into censorship too. Why not? Why not?
Fuck the kids. Fuck talking about the kids. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. We can still talk about the kids.
Oh my gosh. Anywho, I had a great time talking with you guys this week. I feel like we're actually planning some stuff out for a change. I hope you guys who are watching are really excited for our upcoming shows. Let us know
Took
if
notes.
you want to come and be a guest. We'd love to have
Hit us
people
up.
of all paths and all crafts come and talk to us. We'll have questions. Believe me, we'll have questions.
We'll have questions. We'll have answers. We'll have questions more.
Yeah.
Trying to make a good song. I suck at
Well,
songs.
I love both of you. And I guess we'll see each other next week.
Yup.
See you guys later.